Rant time! Oh joy. The time of that day, or week, or whatever, where I give a long rant about stuff. Because it bugs me so much. Today's topic: love, tolerance, and why most bronies do not have it. You may have heard of the latest stuff about the Save Derpy thing. Now, a lot of people got really hyped up about saving Derpy, that Derpy was going to go away, or that her eyes were being underped and that her voice was changing and that they are not calling her Derpy anymore. But this, in and of itself, is showing a lack of love and tolerance. It might not seem like it, might seem the opposite of that, but it is true. Now, here's how I see it. When I first heard that they were going to change it, hell, when I first heard them say it, I knew it was going to get changed. Because I knew that it would be offensive to at least one person. If it was offensive to one person, especially to the point in where they make an email about it or they say they're offended, that means that it is also offensive to a lot of other people, but they aren't offended enough to want to write something about it. Or they're too scared to, which would be the same thing. But that doesn't mean they aren't offended. If we offend a single person on the face of the planet, actually offend them, then we are not loving and tolerating them. And thereby going against the entire point of the show. Friendship, love, and tolerance. That is something that has pissed me off. I mean, really. The Derpy hype, it being on EQD, people getting mad at Hasbro for taking her out, it makes perfect sense why they would take her out. Especially considering that the writer's son is mentally handicapped. I don't understand why you people don't get this. Why you people are mad. Furthermore, on a much more personal note, Rainbow Dash Network, role-playing site. Exasperated sigh. Where should I even start with this? I used to be a frequent role player in my day on Rainbow Dash Network. I played many different characters. It started out with John and him being a kind of like a Time Lord-esque type person. He was actually a spirit of emotion who was in a state of flux because of blah 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 stuff I won't get into right now. I didn't really try and make it too coherent, really. And then I came back later as a Vampony, and people got pissed as fuck. Pissed as fuck. But really, I don't understand why. People said they didn't like that it was a Vampony and that it should be removed for being overpowered. Sure, in an ideal role-playing environment, where it's like a strict role-playing regime, where people have to... This is something that, like, you would have to take a survey in order to join the site. If you did something like that, and then I made an OP character, I would understand that. I mean, I'd take a survey, I had to make sure I knew what I was talking about before I joined the site. Yeah, okay, I get it. But it wasn't. It was an open role-playing site. A 5-year-old could join it if they want to. A 5-year-old did join it. I told them not to because I didn't want them to get yelled at and have their self-esteem ruined. They were not loving and tolerating towards me or my brother. I don't like it when they call themselves bronies because they don't act like them. Role-playing for me is a way of expressing myself. It's a way of releasing creative tension. That is why I do it. A lot of the time, I can't do it in that scenario, especially with a large group of people. They accuse my characters of being overpowered, they accuse blah 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 blah, they don't like Vamponies, blah 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 blah, too complicated, blah 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 blah. Yeah. To the point where they don't like me as a person. I just can't stand it. If you cannot be friends and love and tolerate everybody, you should not call yourself a brony. I do my best to tolerate people. I really do. If someone does something I don't like, personally, sure, I might tell them about it. I will try and tell them about it in a respectful manner, not tell them to stop doing it, as one thing that I most certainly wouldn't do, because it's their decision. I just say that I personally don't like it. For example, at that time period, I did bring it to the attention of, well, I kind of gave this vague example because I don't really get offended very easily. I get offended when people kind of spit on me, like, nearly literally. They are impugning my honor in a very deep way. And one thing that I am very concerned about is my honor. So this is a big offense to me. It's like if someone cut off your legs, only worse. It's like cutting off your soul's legs. But yeah. What was I talking about? I can't stand it. I just can't. Oh, right. I try to be tolerant of people. To give an example, a anecdote from my life is that in my graphics class, we are allowed to play music in the middle of it. A lot of people there are not bronies. Every other person except for me and my friend are not bronies, and there are like 30 people in the class. As you could probably tell, they play music like rap, hip-hop, teenager music, sophomore music, that kind of range area. Oh my gosh, I hate it so much. I don't turn off their music because I acknowledge their right to listen to it. It is a class where you're allowed to listen to music, and it is first to the post, gets to play their stuff. I'm fine with that. I hate their music, but I let them play it. As, what's-his-face, Voltaire said, I disagree with what you say, but I will fight to the death for your right to say it. On the other hand, this is how I feel a lot of bronies are. I put on pony music, or my friend puts on dubstep in general, and within a minute, most of the time less, but within a minute, they change it to their rap, modern crap of music that they call it. Yes. Every single time. That's how I feel a lot of bronies are. They see something that they are not comfortable with or they don't like, and they just want to shut it down. They don't. That's it. They're done. That's what a lot of them seem like, or at least I don't want to say all of them because I know that's not true, but at least two specific ones that I could name, but I'm not going to because I don't want you to think that I'm picking on you specifically because it's not just you. I just don't know the other people's names. Blah. But please, I am begging every one of the people in this community, please be better at being a brony. Be better at doing the stuff, at loving, at tolerating, at being a friend to people. Not just people that are like you, but also people that are very different from you. This is a key point which must be learned, which must be done. I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope you listened to this, and I hope you got something from this. That's all I can say. See ya.